Hello, I am Keith Alcock, Joint Managing Director of Hunslet Holdings plc, and I would like to show you our 150 horsepower rack and adhesion locomotive for underground use. But first, let me introduce you to our company. The Hunslet Engine Company was founded 120 years ago to design and manufacture locomotives. In 1939, we supplied the first flameproof diesel to a British coal mine, and today we are one of the world's leading specialists in this field, with over 4,000 mining locomotives to our credit. Shown is a 300 horsepower twin bogie locomotive, capable of 48 kilometers per hour. This is the largest locomotive in a British coal mine. The rack drive system is not a new idea. In fact, the Snowdon Mountain Railway in Wales has been operating passenger services on a 1 in 6 gradient for the last 90 years. Hunslet has recently supplied two 340 horsepower rack locomotives for the Snowdon Railway and pioneered the transfer of this technology to underground mining in 1977. The Hunslet 91 horsepower rack locomotive underwent 10 months of surface trials, after which it gained acceptance of the Health and Safety Executive and went underground at Kellingley Colliery. The rack principle was an instant success, and 37 Hunslet rack locomotives have since been supplied to British Coal. In order to meet the requirements for more performance, Hunslet have recently introduced a new 150 horsepower diesel mechanical rack and adhesion locomotive. This model has twice the performance of the original Hunslet 91 horsepower model and has pull in excess of 32 tons on the Swadlincote 1 in 7.6 gradient, but can operate on gradients up to 1 in 4.
Let's have a detailed look at this new locomotive. Firstly, note the comfortable layout and compact overall dimensions. Each cab holds 2 men comfortably and is heavily insulated against noise and vibration. Sliding doors are also available. The controls are simple and ergonomically located. The single brake lever progressively operates the wet disc service brake, the wheel brakes and the emergency brake. Gauges are placed at eye level. The deep rear sloping windscreen is protected from stone and water falling from the roof and improves driver visibility. Unique to this new locomotive is the 5-speed power shift gearbox. This combines the ultimate in speed control with positive engine braking and is highly efficient. There is no inefficiency associated with torque converters, hydrostatics or charge pumps. Other features of this new design include a clean-burning Caterpillar diesel engine, a 10-channel electronic engine monitoring and overspeed system, a Hunslet exhaust gas scrubber and diluter, wet disc brake, no adjustment required, special steering suspension to permit operation on 10-meter curves, 2 independent fail-safe rack brakes, accessible adhesion clutches. On the test gradient, the Hunslet 150 horsepower rack loco really shows its paces. Trailing loads of up to 38 tonnes travelling uphill can be restarted on the 1 in 7.8 slope. 20 tonnes trailing loads can be hauled up at over 5 kilometers per hour. Braking on the downgrade is simple and safe. At a constant 3 kilometers per hour, the engine braking is sufficient to control a gross train weight of 50 tonnes, and the multiple wet disc brake can easily bring this train to rest. The wheel brakes add a further safety factor, and in an emergency, each of the 2 fail-safe rack class brakes can stop the train. There are therefore 5 independent braking systems, with 3 of them fail-safe. With the lighter man-riding train, the 150 horsepower locomotive is even more impressive. Gear changing on the move is simple and a high overall speed up the grade is achieved. Changing from one cab to another is also easy, needing only a single push-button signal to activate the controls in the other end of the locomotive. Again, virtually no braking is needed to control the man rider down the grade, at approximately 5 kilometers per hour in second gear. This new Hunslet locomotive is no mean performer on adhesion drive as well. When leaving the rack, the adhesion clutches are engaged and the train can accelerate away up to 30 kilometers per hour. At high speed, this new Hunslet Loco is stable and comfortable. The relatively long wheelbase and self-steering axles taking the worst track conditions in their stride. In the adhesion mode, this 15-tonnage locomotive benefits from having coupled axles. Reference to British Coal's codes and rules regulations shows that acceleration and braking performance are improved by up to 25% by having a coupled axle design. Incidentally, this feature also permits the use of much cheaper rack points. Returning to the rack section is as simple as leaving it. A flip of a switch re-engages rack drive and the loco is ready for the steep section of the journey once again. Rack is a well-proven drive system. This new Hunslet 5-speed mechanical locomotive performs safely and reliably, both in rack and adhesion modes. This offers the mining engineer the ultimate in high-speed underground transport without transferring the load to a different haulage system when steep gradients are encountered.
Well, I hope you found this video interesting and informative, and I thank you for making the time to see it. If you require any further information, please speak to our sales representatives or contact us at the following address. Thank you.